It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Let's talk about what a real financial advisor will do versus those that you're just not quite sure if they really are financial advisors. Now, what I think is funny about that picture, y'all have not figured out, I have very squinty eyes. I can still see through those eyes.
I don't believe it. I thought you fell asleep standing up.
No, I mean, I have
were
really
upset
squinty
you fell
eyes,
asleep.
but I think it's a great setup. When I looked at this is the way Daniel set up these photos. I'm the real financial advisor. You notice that?
Oh, I didn't even put that together because I don't want to give too
you
much
didn't
away.
say anything in show notes, so I was like, I'm going to let him roll with it because
even put
it's
that
good.
together.
So here's some of the things I did, and this is just a taste of what a real financial advisor would do. Help you with your net worth. Man, do we know that is the invisible hand tool that's going to wake up your brain is that net worth. Your typical planner probably, if they're really trying to get your life in order, they're going to help you with that. They're going to help you organize what's going on with that.
I think what that means too is they're going to ask you questions about things that maybe they don't even make money off of. They may ask you questions about rental property. They may ask you questions about voluntary deferred compensation plans, 529s, life. They're going to ask you questions about things that affect your total net worth that might not even fall in the purview of what they bill on. That's a sign that you might be working with a real advisor.
Cash flow tax planning. I mean, because how often do we talk to our clients about taxes?
I would say almost every time we talk because it permeates all aspects of our financial life.
Yeah, because I mean, tax efficiency is definitely important. We talked about tax location, but there's also just understanding when you get look, I'm not trying to compete with the CPA. I'm not trying to steal the preparation business, but I do think it's important for your financial planner to at least have a healthy relationship and understanding with the tax code so that they can be that bridge between your tax preparer, but also to kind of be the safeguard to check out what work your tax preparer is doing for you as well.
Here's a real good check. If you're working with a financial advisor, have they ever asked to see your tax return, or every year when you file your tax return, they give you any thoughts on it? That's just a little thing you can check.
I alluded to this already, but we had put in here all of your investment accounts, not just the investment accounts that are right before them.
We see advisors all the time. They're like, okay, well, yeah, I'll look at your IRA or I'll look at your brokerage account, but your 401k, that's with your company, that's over here. We'll just have it do its own thing. For most folks, their 401k might be the biggest part of their financial puzzle, and it might be the part they're saving to the most. So it should definitely be part of the overall plan.
Or we're looking at whether you should take a lump sum from your pension or take the pensions. And people are always, I think they're shocked when we look at them like, take the pension, because here's a little dirty little secret of the industry. A lot of those pensions, the reason you're getting those buyout options is the pensions have very lucrative assumptions built into the way they were designed, and the companies are trying to get rid of some of those long-term obligations, so they're offering to give you a lump sum. So it is very important that you do a full analysis. Should you take the pensions, which is the annuity payments over your lifetime or your survivor's lifetime, or should you take the lump sum?
Yep.
A lot of people really think when you talk to a financial advisor, they're always going to say lump sum. That is just not the case, but it goes all over the place. It depends upon really the design and structure, but that's something that a good financial planner could actually help you take an analysis of. Determine if you're properly insured without selling insurance products.
Now, look, I know we're going to get the comments because we get them all the time. Yes, there are some financial advisors out there who are fantastic who also happen to sell insurance. What we believe is that it makes it a lot easier for us to just remove that conflict altogether. We will do insurance analysis till we are blue in the face, and then when it comes time to actually buy the policies, we're more than happy to introduce you to someone or for you to work with your agent to get the policy in place. I just think when you have that separation, it really does help.
Well, I mean, it makes me think of the Looney Tune cartoons, is that, Bugs Bunny, when he's thirsty, everything looks like, even though he's in a desert, like it's an oasis.
That's right. Yep.
And I found the same thing is when you know that you get 100% commission of the first year's premiums. I want y'all to think about that. When you have somebody pitch you a life insurance product, think about the fact that the person sitting across the table is going to get 100%, not 1%. They're going to get 100% of your probably first year premium. It starts messing with their brains.
That's exactly right.
It is that's why I like taking out. I love insurance. I'm big about talking to clients. We even have a group of people we work with, but I just like taking out that conflict of interest.
Yep.
Talking about when you're going to retire. This is a big one.
A big thing is, one of the questions, I think this is the most common question someone asks us is, do I have enough? How do I know when I'll have enough? And then how do I figure out what to do once I've got enough? A good financial advisor should be able to help you with those questions all along the way.
And they'll help you stress test to see if you've broken. I mean, that's the thing. We have so many. We have fire people. We have people who've been retired for a number of years. We're trying to, before you actually walk through that gateway or that threshold of saying, I'm no longer working with my hands, my back, and my brain, you want to make sure that you looked at it in the worst case scenario. And that's why we like Monte Carlo simulation, stress testing. That's such an important thing. And then, Bo, I want to close it out kind of as we're working through these last few things. Quarterbacking, you don't see a lot of attorneys that are financial planners, but they can definitely quarterback that estate plan development.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting how many advisors I know that they don't request copies of estate documents. They don't actually do a review. They don't look at beneficiaries. That stuff matters. If you want an advisor to actually be looking at your whole picture, they need to understand what the estate plan is. So if it's not something their purview, it may be something you want to ask them about.
And then the last two things, just cash reserves. You guys have asked me, am I 3 months? Am I 6 months? Am I more because maybe I'm approaching retirement in the next 12 to 18 months? Your good financial planner can help you with that. And of course, the kiddos. If you're trying to figure out 529s, how they work and integrate with education credits, your financial planner, a good one, should be able to help you work through all those things.
What you probably heard there is that if you're working with a financial advisor who we would classify as a good financial advisor, there's not a lot of financial questions that are off the table. They'll certainly be quick to say, well, maybe we should check with your CPA, or, I don't know, let's check with your estate attorney. But they're willing to provide guidance, counsel, insight, and weigh in on every area of your financial life. And I think that's what you want from someone who you're essentially hiring to help be the CFO of your enterprise that you're running.